Recently, there was a report that came out that said vinyl has now surpassed CD sales for the first time since the 80s. So do you think CDs are still relevant today?
I'm going to twist it a bit, and I'm going to say that they are not irrelevant. And with a little bit of explanation, because I was once a proud owner of a pretty vast CD collection myself, I feel that if you have a CD collection and that is your medium that you still use, I think that's wonderful. I would never get in a 14-year-old kid's ear and tell him that, hey man, you got to get into CDs. That would not be something I'd do.
14-year-old might not even know what a CD is at this point.
Exactly. I mean, I think if you take a look, I believe that iTunes went live around 2003. And I believe that Spotify went live with their streaming, I think around 2011. So right then and there, a 10-year-old kid coming up this year would have been born in the age of Spotify. They're not going to know a CD. And if they do know a CD, it's because their uncool parents have them. So I think that it's CD versus vinyl. I think the verdict is sort of out. You know, from a technological standpoint, yes, back in the day when some of those first masters it came out on CD, the encoding, even on the CD, was poor. Then it got a little bit better. And so when MP3s came out and these strictly digital, non-tangible formats came out, the quality was so low that CDs still made a lot of sense with a good CD player and a good system. But today, I don't know, you can download things losslessly. Even a lossy recording can be encoded in such a way that you can A-B somebody with one being the CD and one being the encoded one. I think most people are going to whiff on getting the difference right. Vinyl is still cool. And there's that analog to digital difference. And that aside, cool. The coolness factor will keep it around. I don't see why in 5 years, and you can quote me on this, I think in 5 years, half of releases will not even include a CD option. You will have a vinyl option and you will have a digital only option that doesn't include a CD. That's my bet.
Yeah, I think you're right, Willie, because we're already seeing some labels, some of the more major labels are already going in that direction where they're not even thinking about CDs anymore. I feel like I'm kind of a weird person to ask or talk about this because we still get a lot of CD submissions. And because of that, I still listen to CDs. And I do have a CD player in my car, but new vehicles today,
Right.
Any vehicle that you go and buy today is not going to have a CD player right when you buy it,
right,
unless you put one in there.
Right. So, and then you're going to get some funny looks.
Yeah. So most cars don't have CD players. You go out and buy a computer. You go buy a laptop. Guess what? There's no CD drive anymore.
No.
I remember I got a different computer 4 years ago, and I looked at the laptop, and I'm like, where's the CD drive? It wasn't there.
Nope.
You know, because they're just not doing it anymore. So I feel like I'm a little bit different just because of the fact that we still get so many CD submissions. We get a lot of digital submissions as well, but we still get so many CD submissions that I feel I'm kind of not normal because I'm still getting CDs. So I do still listen to CDs in the car.
Okay.
Now, I don't listen to CDs at home.
What's your preferred medium?
I'll listen to music digitally. Okay. I still use iTunes, but I use YouTube a lot. I think I do most of my streaming on YouTube. But I think you're right, Willie. The way things are going, the direction things are going, in 5 years, I don't think a lot of people will be releasing CDs. I will say this, though. With blues rock as a genre, again, because the audience tends to skew older, I think CDs still have a little life left in them for this specific genre niche. Now, for more commercial music, I think the way of CDs has already kind of gone away.
Yeah. And that's sad because at one point, my CD collection in college was the majority of my net worth. Thank you, Napster. But hey, you can't stop progress as long as the music keeps coming and as long as the quality of the file, the CD, or the vinyl, both in the writing, the playing, and also the recording, you know, I'm going to go with it. I'm not going to fight this one.
The nice thing about vinyl or CD is you physically have it though, and it's physically there and you see it. So when you see something, I think you're more likely to go back to it. Whereas opposed with digital, you listen to something, but then 3 weeks later, you just completely forget about it, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
And I think you're not going back to things quite as often as you used to. It's the same thing with movies, right?
It
Now,
is.
who watches, DVDs or Blu-rays? Not a whole lot of people. For the most part, it's you're watching stuff streaming. And you
Right.
don't really go back, and movies, same way with CDs. People used to have these huge movie collections, like they had huge CD collections. And when you wanted to watch something, you would just kind of go through it and you'd pick something out. Well, now with music, it's kind of like you listen to what's new. And then how often are you going back and listening to older stuff?
It's a good point.
I don't
Could
know.
be could be a bad aspect, but I don't know. It seems like it's going that way.